Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome back, my beautiful souls. I love you all. I really want you to know that I love you so much. All of you who are listening, I want you to feel my love. And I've been prompted to make this video tonight. It's a little bit out of schedule. I usually make videos after Friday. I feel the karmic cycle always completes on Friday, but there was so many happenings basically in the last 24 hours and I want to share with you. Lots of channelings. Even my twin flame organic has sort of appeared, so I want to share with you what happened. First and foremost, I want to say that my current twin flame channeler, and whom I believe to be, whom I said in the previous video that I believe has embodied my twin flame, my organic twin flame now, not just as a channeler, not just someone who that message from my twin flame is flowing through, but someone has now embodied my twin flame's 5D into his 3D body is Asim, and I said I assumed that, and now I have a confirmation that just came in 24 hours ago from Asim. It just popped up in the conversation, and it actually popped up in a really unexpected way. He just said that for no apparent reason. He just popped up with the info to me that he said, "Hey, I didn't tell you my nickname is Archie, and this is the nickname that I myself have invented, or sort of, not when I say invented, it's I came up with this name for Arslan, my organic twin, and I'm the one who calls him Archie. So for me, it just made sense that Arslan is short name for Arslan would be Archie, but also the energy of Archie, that boy from the comic book, reminded me of him, that perpetual boy energy. And so yes, so I called Arslan Archie. I addressed him as Archie in some greeting cards that I sent to him and to his family, not this year, not the past year, but in the previous years. And I always kind of teased him and I called him Archie. And now Asim said to me 24 hours ago, everybody calls me Archie. And that just came out of nowhere, like I said, and I would never assume for someone whose name is Asim, at least not in my country. I mean, where I come from and where he's from, we don't nickname someone whose name is Asim. Is usually just Asim or something like Sam, but never Archie. So that's definitely a confirmation for me, and that's the first thing that I wanted to share. Second thing is why I believe that it's time for embodiment to take place from 5D version of my organic twin, who was born. So the original embodiment was in Arslan by the birthright, by the physical birth, is now being embodied into Asim, is because I've found out about 5 months ago on a profile that my organic twin flame Arslan has. I found a video where he encountered something as a phantom, as a strange ghost, as a strange being on the road when he was driving his car, and he recorded that, he filmed that on the video, and it's very creepy, it's very strange, it's like an alien-like creature, it's very dark video, very strange, very scary. I couldn't watch it twice. It's so scary that I'm usually not afraid of things, but the energy was so dark and sinister that I didn't want to pick up on any of that energy. So I didn't want to watch that video twice. I just saw it first time because I didn't know what was going to appear in it. Once I saw it, that was enough for me to see that he really encountered something very, very dark. But then I didn't think about it too much related to him, because strange things and paranormal things can really happen to anyone, really, by accident. But then just 2 months ago, I saw his other social media, well, not actually social media, but to be honest, his YouTube channel, where he doesn't have any videos, but it's just his YouTube account, and he puts there a playlist and a list of liked videos and things that he's subscribed to. And in the years back, it was always songs that were related to our encounters with me, our relationship, our dynamics. And from those songs, I could know what's going on with him, within him. And then he stopped posting songs, and he started he stopped posting songs, and he made a complete pause for 2 years. There was nothing on that channel. He never liked any videos, he didn't make anything, he didn't add anything to his playlist. And then just recently, 2 months ago, he started posting videos, not posting, I'm sorry, posting in his playlist videos about flight school. And I'm assuming that he's in the flight school or interested in flying or something like that, which is also strange, because I used to post on my social media a lot of songs from the Top Gun movie. My twin flame kind of looks like a little bit like a Asian version of Tom Cruise, and it's not because of that, but I did that because of the lyrics of the songs, like the song, what is it called? Is it Breathe? I Can't Breathe or something. I'm sorry. Right now I can't. I'll remember it. Maybe by the end of this video, I'll just put this, or maybe put the description below and the link to that song. And anyways, it was a theme song from Top Gun movie. Probably you guys know what I'm talking about. I just can't remember the title right now. So I usually put that song on my social media when he followed, and I don't know whether that's the reason why he kind of associates himself with that movie, with the pilot thing. Anyways, besides that, those flight videos that he linked and added to his playlist, he added a couple of channels that are dealing with phantoms and ghosts and sinister beings. And I'm not talking about just paranormal things that are kind of interesting or curious, and but really, really dark things, like really dark beings and alien-like creatures and seriously dark stuff. And I just noticed 2 days ago he posted a video again in that playlist about similar creatures that he encountered, the creature that he encountered on the road. And what he encountered on the road was extremely scary and fast moving being. And like I said, I didn't want to watch the video twice. So what I finally realized, it just came to me as epiphany 2 days ago, that he has crossed to the dark side. And that not only means that he's maybe, well, not necessarily possessed in a way, but here's what I'm trying to say. If we are, if we exist as twin flames and this is very important for many of you out there, if we exist as 5D beings, and we call it our higher selves, and then there's a 4D realm where we kind of connect through dreams and astral projections, and then we exist in 3D physical world. And then there's higher dimensions like sixth and seventh, 7D, 7 dimension. Then I guess this would be right now very appropriate time to pay attention and realize that, as a matter of fact, the names 4D, 5D, 6D, as in dimensions, is actually not correct. Technically, it's not correct, because 3D, the word 3D, three-dimensional, comes from the nature of three-dimensional world, which is physical world is three-dimensional. Okay, but those terms 4D, 5D, they don't mean they're fourth-dimensional, fifth-dimensional per se, or although they are multidimensional in the essence, in the nature, but they're not exactly 4, 5, 6D. Why we use those terms is because they're levels up, 1, 2, 3, 4 levels up from the 3D world, from the three-dimensional world, so we call them 4, 5, 6D. But basically they're just fourth step, fifth step, sixth steps, level, or should I say levels from the 3D world. One level up from 3D world we call 4D. Like I said, it's not technically correct that it's a four-dimensional world. So in that aspect, we have to realize that there is also a world that many have failed to mention, and that's why I'm making this video tonight most of all, is that there is something we can call a 2D, also not technically correct, because 2D in technical terms would mean flat 2D, two-dimensional physical, nature. So that's not what I'm talking about in technical terms, but I'm just talking about as we term fourth dimension, fifth dimension, sixth dimension as something higher, spiritually higher level, invisible world from the 3D, the visible world, then we could just as well term something lower, in the way spiritual way, something lower than 3D, we can call the 2D, the second dimension. Okay, and that's the world, what in the past, in the history, they called underworld, the world of dark spirits, of darkness. It's below the 3D world. So if you think your twin flame was, or if your karmic partners were someone who was stuck to 3D, imagine if someone is stuck in the 2D, in the level below 3D, in the darkness, in the world of darkness, and gross creatures and demons, and whether, just like we experience fourth dimension and fifth dimension with our spirit, whether they see something in physical world, usually we don't see the fifth dimension and the fourth dimension. We just feel it. We sense it in our dreams. We feel our higher self in 5D. We don't actually touch it. It's not, because it's not 3D. So sometimes these creatures may manifest themselves, they can materialize, but usually there's something within. There's something that person is sensing, that person is living with or living within. So what I realized from this, what happened to my twin flame, my organic twin flame, Arslan, that he encountered some strange beings on the road while driving his car at night and recording that, is that he manifested into physical form some creatures, some demons, and that made me further realize that he has gone into the 2D or into underworld um, with his spirit. And that's why I realize now he cannot reach me out. He cannot connect to me anymore telepathically. His own higher self that still exists in 5D is ready to embody into someone else. Until now, for the past 2 years, was still channeling me and channeling me through other humans, other masculines who do exist in 3D world as physical beings, but he's channeling down to them from his 5D version. Now, what is going on with what is in the 2D? His spirit, not his spirit, his mind has gone through, 3D deep down into 2D or underworld or whatever you call it, into dark place. And why? Well, I cannot say 100%, but I think probably someone, I hope not, but probably most likely his family members, mother figure or someone like that, has done some really bad kind of voodoo or bad black magic on him in order to keep him away from Twin Flame Reunion, in order to keep him away from me. And why I'm telling you this is because maybe it's happening to you, maybe it happened to your twin as well. And that's why they cannot come back. That's why they cannot reconnect with you, because someone has done bad the spells do exist, the magic, the dark magic does exist. And when magic goes really wrong, when it goes really bad, and it must go bad if they do it on twin flames, because we are not karmic relationships. So when they do it to karmic people, if it works, if it's black magic that is strong enough and it works, it can mess up people's lives. It can just really work, and whatever they ask for, whatever the spell was for, is bad enough. That's going to do bad enough, results for the people involved. But like breakups and headaches or bad health or some mental issues, but when it goes bad, when it goes sour, and it goes sour because they're doing it on twin flames, because it can it's not that it cannot be done on twin flames, but it makes it 10 times worse than it when it's done on karmic people. Then basically the person that it was done on can go crazy, basically crazy. So I'm not going to say that my twin flame went crazy per se, but that's what in 3D it looks like. And that's why probably he has completely strayed himself from his friends, from his culture, from his place of worship. He cannot be seen anywhere. He's probably spending, maybe he's, whether he's working or not, but the rest of the time and his private life, he's probably spending in some kind of darkness within himself, with the demons. And now it's probably gone really bad. It's gone really bad because obviously he's obsessed with these demonic creatures, with the videos about paranormal activity. And one more reason why I feel strongly that I'm right about this is actually Asim had said something to me 2 days ago for no apparent reason. He said to me that perhaps I should test myself with the Quran. Maybe I should play some Quran. Maybe I have some like possession, influence of demons or something. And I told him that is ridiculous, because I read the Quran every single day. I pray, I listen to the Quran. I absolutely have no problem with that. And then I actually played it to him on my other phone while we were talking, and I recited it to him. And I think why he said that is because I'm still mirroring my twin, and he has felt the energy coming. And as he spoke about that, and as I played Quran, he was the one, as he's still channeling my twin, who had the reaction. He got suddenly angry and upset. And I said, look, calm down. You're the one, you just said that to me, and I'm playing the Quran, and you suddenly have sort of like reactions and bursts of anger coming out. So, it obviously it's bothering you a little bit, at the moment. And I was able to calm him down. Also, another thing why the twin cannot contact me, my organic twin, why he cannot come into reunion is over the time, and especially in the past period, I have grown so much spiritually. My power has grown on the side of the light, and as a light worker, and my powers have increased in the positive sense. The light powers have increased so much that we are so far spiritually right now from each other. I basically abide in 5D, and I'm just like 3D is just like a basically a base camp where I just, down on myself, and so I can basically just function in this world because I'm still a physical being, but I'm most of the time I spend in 5D. And 4D, I'm so comfortable with 4D, like dream states, and I'm like at home there. And then when I bring back that 5D energy into 3D, I have healing powers. I can bend things like energy, and I can control energy and stuff. And I'm like taking complete control over the power that I carry. And it's positive energy, positive high vibration and light. So if I'm on that spectrum, I'm completely on the opposite side from darkness that my organic twin has fallen into. And to confirm to you what I'm talking about is I'm going to tell you what happened in 3D today, actually this morning. I heard, I was in my prayer room, and around 10 in the morning, maybe it was actually 11, maybe it was 11:11, I'm not sure, but it was around that time because I was in my prayer room, but I fell asleep. I heard terrible crash. I heard the crash, and I knew it was car crash. And I thought it sounded so close that I thought that someone crashed into my house with the car. I heard the sound of brakes and everything, and I went I peeked through the door because I was scared that someone died, someone got killed in front of my house. And I saw one of my twin flame cars, his white Mustang, crashed into my neighbor's yard, which is next door. And I told you that happened about like a year ago with his friend's car when they were racing. This time, this was just one car, and I froze. I was so scared that he hurt himself, that something happened. Then I saw him come out of the car with the hood on his head, like a gray hood. And he came out of the car, and my neighbor ran out, and the other neighbor ran out, and I saw he was walking. He was okay physically. The car was damaged, but then everybody came out, and I suddenly was guided to just go inside and do nothing about that and not get involved. That was the higher power gave me guidance not to do anything. This is not the time to confront him. This is bad time to be to be acknowledged that I was there, that I saw what happened. And then I stayed inside, and I meditated, and I prayed for him, and I heard that the police came, and I guess they towed away the car. And then children from local high school that is just kind of down the street from my house, I heard them having conversation in front of my house, basically on my gate. And one of the kids said, well, he was driving in the opposite direction on this road, and it's a big, large boulevard, and nobody ever drives in the opposite direction in that. He himself did that 4 years ago when he was kind of stalking me, and he came through the street, through the side street next to my house, came to that main road, to that main boulevard, and accidentally he saw me and he drove into the wrong direction. But only shortly he realized mistake and he came back to the right lane, to the right direction. This time I feel strongly that he did this on purpose, that he wanted to do something really bad to himself. I don't know, I don't know, I haven't caused this for any reason, so I believe that this was dark forces, influencing him, guiding him to do that. And this is another strange thing. The night before, my car was acting up. Usually I park on the street and everybody knows my car is there during the daytime, sometimes during the nighttime. And he probably saw my car many times on that boulevard, parked in front of my house. Parking is allowed there. And because my car was acting strange yesterday, I did park it in the garage in the back of my house. Now, today, later on in the afternoon when I drove my car, there was no bad sound. Everything was fine. So must have been just angelic guidance for me to get my car out of the road, because otherwise he probably would have ended up in crashing into my car. And then my logical thinking is that that's what he was intending to do, to drive in the opposite direction like he did once in the past by mistake once and got himself out of the road, that he did this now on purpose, guided by some dark forces or I don't know what, to crash into my car with his car driving in opposite direction and God knows what. And I'm very, very concerned about him right now. But at the same time, I'm realizing that perhaps that's why the universe is doing this embodiment with the other person, so that the twin flame reunion. Someone asked me a question in the comments below in the previous video: what are you looking for? I'm looking for a reunion with my twin flame, whether my organic twin in his body or another body. I'm not attached to the body, to someone's looks or image. I want to be with the twin flame, my other half, for the sake of mission that the twin flames carry on. And there's a huge spiritual mission ahead of us, ahead of every single twin flame reunion, once they merge in 3D and in all aspects and come together with their forces and their power, and the power of light and power of God and power of positive energy. So that's what I think is happening. That's probably what's happening with many of your twins. So just to recap one more time, they're in 2D, or in the level below 3D, in other words. They are in dark space in their mental state for some reason, most likely because of black magic, separation magic that someone has done to keep them away from you. Because in many cases, like I said in some videos a long time ago, in many cases they're family members or karmics or someone, when they saw how powerful and strong your dynamics were with them, your connection, your attraction, your magnetism with them was so powerful, people didn't realize that was twin flames. Maybe they thought you did magic. Maybe they thought you were bad influence for them, so they want to separate you guys. So that's what I want to share tonight. And I hope that you will be able to digest this message right, because if your twin flame's mind, if their mind has gone on to the dark side, into levels below 3D, then their 5D version of themselves, their higher self, your twin flames, they still exist in 5D. And then in order for you to be in reunion, they will come down, download themselves, first through channeling, and then even in embodiment through someone else. It's possible. Or hopefully they will come back and get dragged out of that dark place and back into their 3D, back to their senses, back to their mind. That can happen too. So either they come back from down below, or their higher self 5D will go down and into 3D of someone else, into other physical form that already exists. So it's like a new birth of your twin flame, like a rebirth from 5D into 3D, into someone who already exists and walks on this earth, like a walk-in, uh, like a walk-in phenomenon. So try to understand what I'm trying to share with you. Please subscribe and like and comment, and let me know if you have similar experiences, if your twin flame is going through something like that. And definitely pray for them. Pray for my organic twin. I am about to find out what really happened. I haven't talked to my neighbor yet. I haven't seen him today. I texted him. I want to find out in 3D what happened to him. I knew that he was okay physically. I saw him. I would rather, otherwise I would come out and help. But I saw that he was okay physically. He came out of the car, but he was very confused and covered himself with the hood. So I didn't want to further embarrass him. And I don't know, I was just guided not to interfere, that this is not a time or place to interfere physically in 3D. Let him know that I saw that. Maybe would encourage it to continue. So I just wanted to let you know that he finally showed up, but not in a good way. So love you guys. Hope you heard this. Hope you get it. Hope it reaches you out. And stay strong, stay healthy, stay on the light, stay in the higher dimensions, and stay with God, stay with the universe, stay with the Creator, and stay within the light.